Why'd you leave 50 million bucks? Well, I wasn't leaving the cash, no doubt. His two responses as a matter of some importance. How about we be extremely clear? It is conceivable that there is nothing more entertaining, however. At that point, a person in a dress, Dave Chappelle, the prestigious humorist, has evidently let the cat out of the bag on Kevin Hart's ascent to distinction. It appears Dave is persuaded that Kevin Hart couldn't have ever made such tremendous progress in the event that he hadn't undermined his standards. Beforehand, Kevin swore never to enjoy specific exercises that would think twice about respectability, yet presently, it appears he wound up breaking those commitments. Dave supposedly believes that Kevin needed to make a few penances to achieve the degree of popularity and abundance he currently appreciates. Dave recommended that Kevin offered his spirit to get where he is presently in spite of Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle arriving at the zenith of Hollywood's prosperity. Dave is by all accounts revealing insight into the business-clouded side all the more regularly, while some could contend that Kevin's prosperity is exclusively because of his persistent effort. Apparently there's more going on as per Dave Chappelle's cases. Hollywood requests figures to freely embarrass themselves as an essential for accomplishing distinction. Well, that is pretty wrecked. This disclosure has touched off a firestorm of hypothesis about the implicit practices in the diversion world. It appears to be that difficult work alone probably won't be sufficient to get a spot in Hollywood's tip-top circles. There are murmurs of mystery bargains, splits the difference, and even forfeits that hopeful stars are supposed to make to get close enough to the acclaim and fortune they want. Dave additionally apparently guaranteed that throughout the long term there have been various dark male comics that have wore a dress to triumph. Ultimately, during his appearance on Oprah, the consistently dubious comic Dave Chappelle brought up an intriguing issue that left everybody humming. He strikingly addressed why such countless fruitful dark male performers end up wearing dresses sooner or later in their vocations. Chappelle may be correct in light of the fact that even the fans saw a few eminent guides to help his case. Martin Lawrence, known for his clever depiction of enormous mother in the blockbuster Huge Mom's Home Establishment, is only one of numerous who have ventured into ladies' clothing for a chuckle. How might you fail to remember a satire legend? Eddie Murphy has additionally broadly taken on female jobs, for example, in his darling nutty teacher films. Additionally, Jamie Foxx's significant and preposterous depiction of the remarkable Wanda in Unfiltered and Fabulous, the Wayans siblings Marlon and Scene, additionally got on board with the orientation-twisting temporary fad with their jobs in the disputable parody White Chicks. It appears to be that for quite a long time, Hollywood has sustained a progression of generalizations that sadly turned out to be profoundly imbued in the personalities of many, characterizing the picture of individuals of color in disturbing ways. Chappelle's scrutinizing of this repetitive pattern has ignited a fundamental discussion about portrayal and the limits put on dark entertainers in media outlets. The general population is currently enthusiastically examining the fundamental explanations for this peculiarity, contemplating whether it's an impression of cultural demands, industry tensions, or something more slippery. Anyway, Dave Chappelle himself discussed this episode happening to him. When he was out there recording a film with Martin Lawrence, he recognized that he is a connivant scholar and that he came to an obvious conclusion about dark entertainers' approach to wear a dress. Despite the fact that he said he felt really awkward wearing a dress, there was still strain on him to wear it, which is somewhat dubious, isn't it? I mean, I'm a trick there is to a certain extent, like when I associate dabs that perhaps ought not be associated. I don't know yet specific specs, like when I see that they put each person of color in the motion pictures it address eventually in their profession. I've been associating them down, like why this multitude of siblings must wear dress that has happened to me. I'm doing a film with Martin, definitely. The film's going great. So I stroll in the trailer. I'm similar to man. This should be some unacceptable trailer, 'cause there's a dress in here. Recollect when the exceptionally expected third time of Chappelle's show was good to go to debuted in mid-2005. Well, lock in light of the fact that things veered off in a strange direction when Dave Chappelle unexpectedly strolled off the set, bounced on a plane, and vanished to South Africa to get away from the tenacious newspaper badgering and vicious governmental issues of Hollywood while he was away all seasons of. Hypotheses were whirling around about him being deranged and so forth, out of which nothing was valid. As per sources, Chappelle communicated his mistake with the imaginative course the show had taken and uncovered that he was under colossal pressure. It appears to be that the strain of notoriety and the heaviness of assumptions had negatively affected the comic in a stunning move. He left an amazing $50 million bargain, leaving fans totally paralyzed in a noteworthy 2006 meeting with. In all honesty, Oprah Winfrey Chappelle shed light on the clouded side of superstar life. He sincerely shared his perceptions that many stars who arrived at the zenith of their professions wind up surrendering to the charm of tremendous amounts of cash, just to winding into a province of frenzy and strife. Why'd you leave $50 million? Well, I wasn't leaving the cash. Definitely I was leaving the conditions. How they were accompanying the freshly discovered level as Dave Chappelle himself encountered the internal functions of notoriety in Hollywood. A progression of confusing associations began to arise, pointing straightforwardly at Kevin Hart's fleeting ascent to fame. Yet Dave Chappelle's assertions are not by any means the only ones causing a commotion. In 2013, comic Cat Williams lighted a conversation about dark entertainers being constrained into wearing dresses on screen. And the discussion took a captivating turn when Kevin Hart showed up on SNL donning a dress around a similar time. Pope is 9-year-old Oscar candidate. Show a Wallace wow wow. I don't think anybody saw this one coming. Curiously, before this occurrence, Dave Chappelle once got some information about his viewpoints on wearing a dress. Kevin solidly expressed that he had individual pewduff points he could never cross anyway. When Kevin at last chose to wear a dress, it left many scratching their heads and scrutinizing his prior position. What is going on focuses on the unpredictable elements of Hollywood, especially for dark entertainers who frequently face extraordinary tensions. The inconsistency between Kevin Hart's past assertion and his resulting decision to wear a dress ignites a warm discussion about the trade-offs entertainers make to earn respect in the business. Fans and industry insiders are presently taking apart the inspirations driving Kevin's choice, contemplating whether it was a determined move to propel his vocation, or on the other hand, in the event that he capitulated to the requests of Hollywood's unwritten principles. It brings up bigger issues about the penances and compromises expected to get through obstructions and accomplish outcome in an industry known for its occasionally sketchy practices. Kevin Hart's appearance and address on SNL could have ignited something beyond debate. It appears to be many that trying drama entryways began opening up for him in the business. Out of nowhere, he landed jobs in large financial plan motion pictures, like The Wedding Ringer, Focal Insight, and surprisingly, the blockbuster hit Jumanji. While Kevin was at that point known and had a degree of notoriety before the dress episode, it's difficult to disregard that these significant open doors appear to emerge out of nowhere following his questionable appearance. The abrupt flood in high-profile jobs caused a commotion. Cynics contend that Hollywood has a background marked by driving entertainers into compromising situations for acclaim and achievement, and Kevin's abrupt vocation direction appears to fit that example. In the wake of causing disturbances in media outlets, Kevin chose to extend his realm by sending off his own creation organization, suitably named Heartbeat Creations. Yet that is not where the show closes. In 2018, a stunner admission sent shockwaves through Hollywood when Kevin confessed to betraying his significant other, Annika Ward, while she was pregnant with their child. Such an embarrassment would commonly spoil a rising VIP's appearance and prompt their vocation to disintegrate anyway. Kevin appeared to oppose the chances as he kept on getting enormous proposals from the business And his vacation remained generally solid besides the fact that he got away from the commonplace repercussions. Yet Kevin additionally set out on worthwhile organizations. With significant organizations, he joined Facebook Peacock and YouTube to set his status as a central part in the amusement world. It appears to be that Kevin's expert open doors keep on pouring in regardless of his own issues. As Kevin Hart lounged in the brilliance of his taking off vacation, it appeared to be that he had effectively played by Hollywood's guidelines, taking the necessary steps to achieve popularity and fortune anyway. Amidst Kevin's climb, one more comedic virtuoso wound up entangled in contention. Dave Chappelle's name turned into a steady objective as he boldly uncovered the dim insider facts of Hollywood, revealing insight into its most profound privileged insights and manipulative games, like numerous others before him. It appears to be that comic Cat Williams has additionally jumped into the fascinating hypothesis that a stealthy gathering holds the rules of Hollywood. Williams, known for his provocative experiences, suggested that Hollywood is constrained by this puzzling society, employing massive control over the business operations. Fanning the fire, Williams additionally saw that Kevin Hart isn't the main dark entertainer who has encountered ladies' clothing during their vacations. The idea is that wearing a dress is certainly not an arbitrary event yet, rather a soul-changing experience coordinated by these secret powers in the background. It is two responses above all else. How about we be extremely clear? It is conceivable that there is nothing more clever than a person in a dress. And on the off chance that that is the situation, it could likewise be expressed that there's nothing more amusing than a dog.